So last week I got a pretty good look at the classified Powershift system, which basically is a replacement for the front derailleur, and it's located in the rear hub. So that means you have a 2x shifting system in the rear hub. And their aim, first and foremost, is of course to remove the front derailleur because it's the weakest link, as they describe. But there are several benefits coming with that. For example, you have less cross-chaining because you have only one by in the front. You have less bearing losses also because you have less load on the bearings, as they say, because you have smaller cassette sprockets and also less chain tension, which all contribute to increased durability. And they say it is really durable, and also no maintenance. Of course, you have to replace rear hub bearings, but that's the only thing that you need to do. Also, since you can use smaller cassettes, the weight will be lower again, also removing the front derailleur. And of course, in the front you can still play around with the sizes of the chainring. And the model that I quickly got to test out and take some pictures of is the gravel model, because now they have a model for road and gravel. However, since we have now disc brake road bikes with it, which are pretty much the standard, and also gravel bikes who have the same disc standard for the rear hub, it's basically the same system. The only thing that's different is probably the internal width of the rim, because if you buy this Powershift system, you get the whole wheel set with it, so even the front wheel, which is pretty cool. And of course the rear hub, so the rear wheel and all the things around. For example, a little shifter in the front, which here is really neatly integrated in the SRAM force shift brake lever. Then also the through axle is actually from Powershift, because it's actually the thing that communicates with the shifter in the front, which also is pretty neat. So all in all, it's pretty a low profile front derailleur that got moved to the back and is now pretty well hidden, of course also from bad weather, mud and all those things who can really mess up a front derailleur pretty badly. People like Marcel Kittel, Andre Greipel and Anna van der Brecken are known investors and are pretty much convinced of that technology, of course also because they have moved their money over there, I think. And Tom Bonen is one that has been with Powershift since pretty early, I believe, and also he swears by it. Pretty interesting that ex-professionals are really convinced by a system like this, since they have decades of experience with a front derailleur under heavy loads. And that's interesting as well. If you have a hub that is internally shifted, you always ask yourself the question, can you shift under load? And they say that you very well can. Up to 1000 watts, they say. So you can shift under loads up to 1000 watts. So even in a 1000 watt sprint, you can still shift, and it will shift smoothly and fast. And it is fast. I tested it myself. The shift is really instant and you really don't feel that you need to hold back. So it's really a nice feeling. However, the question remains, is this the future? Is this the front derailleur killer? Because the whole system comes in at around 2,800 euros, I believe. So it's a pretty costly system. Of course, you still get the whole wheel set with carbon rims with it. So that's pretty nice what you get for it. And they also plan to release a mountain bike version and a urban version as well. The mountain bike version, of course, will be the boost version, I believe. So 148. So we are excited to see what will come out. Of course, mountain bikes have a 1x system now pretty much as the standard. But of course, if you ride a mountain bike, you will still be familiar with those huge cassettes up to 52, I believe now, as the largest sprocket. And that is not really convenient all of the time, which can also lead to shifting problems unless the drivetrain is really perfectly dialed. But I think also the mountain bikes will really benefit from this technology if it works as well on the road. So I'm pretty excited to hear more from them, and thank you for checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one.